What's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite review, the fallout from the Forbidden Door, folks. So, what do we got going on Dynamite tonight? One thing before we even kick off of this whole show, first thing I want to say, go check out the Forbidden Door review, which is up online right now, as you hear my thoughts on everything that went down last Sunday from Okada versus Danielson, which now has resulted in Danielson having a fractured arm, and it looks really bad, to Omega and Osprey, to many matches on that show throughout the entire night, from Punk versus Kojima to the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite. Check out all that online right now. The Forbidden Door 2023 review. But let's get this thing kicked off tonight. Dynamite kicking off from, I know it's still in Canada, I know that. Well, Hamilton, Ontario this time, not Toronto. They were there. As we had John Moxley, I don't really want to hear Wild Thing again. I'd rather hear his NJPW music at this point, because at least they look more badass last Sunday, versus Tomohiro Ishii. A G1 rematch, if you want to say. And of course, does Moxley bleed in this match? Yes, he does. Could have been hard way, possibly. But then again, I can't tell at half the time because Moxley bleeds almost every other week to damn near every week on this show. This was a strong match, though. Eddie Kingston did come out and watch throughout the match with Moxley. Um, you know, obviously there was a lot of strong style stuff. So these guys hit each other brutally, headbutts, elbows, all that stuff. Ishii trying to go for the brain buster. Moxley, dodging it, going for the Death Rider then. Even Ishii avoiding the stomp, but then Mox ended up curb stomping him then, and they hit him with another Death Rider for the win. So I thought it was really probably the best match on this entire show was Moxley and Ishii. If you've seen their match in New Japan, yes, these guys beat the hell out of each other before, and they beat the hell out of each other again tonight. But as Moxley was trying to leave, Eddie started arguing with him. Then yeah, you did it all by yourself. You didn't need them. So this is at least one thing I am kind of interested in seeing right now is the beef between Eddie Kingston and Moxley and Claudio. At least that's something interesting I kind of want to see out of this because, like I said, it's not like Eddie's been on Dynamite a lot anyways, and hell, he probably won't be, well, maybe till after the Blood and Guts, so just the G1 already starting during that time in July. I don't know, but we'll get to that in a second. Right after that, MJF and Adam Cole were supposed to show up. With Renee Young interviewing, Cole did show up. He was sick and could not make the show Sunday. He was supposed to face Filthy Tom Lawler, but that match ended up getting canceled due to him falling ill and not medically cleared. But he seemed okay tonight. Don't know what really happened, but you know, he was okay. MJF was there, hey, all happy and go lucky, saying, hey, good job, man, on getting Mr. Forbidden Door. Wish I would have did that. Hey, listen, we got off to the wrong foot. We just prove that we're a dominant team and all that stuff. We got to bond, okay? We got to hang out together. We got to do a lot of things. And I got a gift for you, all right? And here we go. We could be the tag team champions. So they had a T-shirt, better than you, baby. Which Cole says, all right, well, we'll hang out. We'll do it. Just don't touch me. All right? So MJF, just being all happy-go-lucky now, trying to hang out with Cole all of a sudden. We'll see where this goes, especially since they're a team now. They're a team because of this Eliminator tag team stuff. Right after that, I know they have Renee Young interview on the Blackpool Combat Club, which is kind of funny, given that she's interviewing her husband. But Moxley didn't like what Kingston was doing, or didn't like how him getting involved in his business, and him even being aligned with Claudio and whatnot. And Moxley talked about, I guess, something in Chikara, I guess they happened years ago and stuff, and I guess someone's gonna fix it. So I don't know what's gonna go on with that. I know they had a video package what happened Sunday with Osprey and Omega. Omega, man, should. Ooh, I swear to God, that man damn near broke his neck last Sunday. That was very brutal. Next, we had a strange tag team of Cassidy, El Hijo de Vikingo, and Keith Lee, who doesn't look like he's 60 years old out there this time, and kind of went back to, got the black hair back, even though he was kind of balding if you look at it, and, shaved the beard and stuff, so he doesn't look 60 out there. This was a very strange match to go against Jericho Appreciation guys, Garcia and Everrise. The biggest crazy thing I thought about this was what? Um, I think he did a dive by Kingo onto Keith Lee, which he hit Keith Lee and it looked like he was out there. I don't know if one of them was gonna go heel or something like that, but I think Keith Lee was supposed to catch him, but he didn't, and it just looked really bad. Okay, it really looked bad. Um, I didn't really like how the way it looked, and then like Keith Lee just started picking up Vikingo and use him as a weapon then, and hitting Everrise with it, and he threw Vikingo in the air so he could do like a dick moonsault and stuff, and I don't know. And then Keith Lee ended up just winning with his like, what was it, the Big Bang attack he calls it, onto one of the Everrise guys and won the match. So a very strange but botchy match at the same time. I have really no idea. Well, I guess they show why they're a 6-man tag tonight, but I don't know what that dive with Keith Lee and Vikingo, but that looked really odd. With the Elite were in the back talking about they had an open challenge tonight. Next thing you know, the Dark Order shows up getting mad because, like, oh, you're hanging with them because you're not hanging with us. Why would you go hang with them? You haven't called and texted us. And Paige says, I'm not your babysitter and stuff. And, we were there when you were your lowest points. We were your friends, not these friends. I don't care, okay? Honestly, I don't even know why they stabbed the Dark Order in this hang. I didn't know this was still going. I swear they did this, like, damn it 3-4 weeks ago, and I've already forgotten. And that's the way I remember it. I don't care. I don't really want to see the Elite versus Dark Order, and the crowd kind of told you that later on when the match actually happened. We'll get to that in a second, but I'm like, do I care if they're friends with Hangman, the Pizza Uno guy, and them? I don't really care. I just don't. Chris Jericho and Sammy talked about facing Sting and Darby tonight. Jericho saying the Painmaker is back, so he's undefeated in AEW. He's gonna win again. The Elite went against the Dark Order. I just do not care. I'm sorry. The match was what it was. You can call it a spot fest if it's not. And it's like I said, like, does anybody care if these guys are friends or not? Like, really think about that. Also, the people were chanting CM Punk chants out there. I know they tried to go to commercial when it happened. You've seen some dueling fans, cheering and booing that, but you can tell they were obviously chanting CM Punk chants at the Elite and stuff, but this match was what it was. The Elite won. Spotfest, of course. And then, what? The Blackpool Combat Club once again attacked the Elite because I'm really sick of this feud at this point. Dark Order just leave and, let it happen. Don Callis is out there. Takeshita's out there. Eddie Kingston tried to get the save, but then he got the crap kicked out of him then. Hangman's bleeding because of the screwdriver. And then Moxley got on the mic and says, we pushed ourselves to our limits. So, of course, blood and guts, folks. Obviously, it's going to happen at some point. So, it's going to happen in Boston. Blood and guts. July 19th. But do I really care if the Dark Order is really involved in this? Not really. You're hanging with them, but you didn't hang with us, and you haven't hung with us since then. Like, what have they been doing this whole time? I think they've been on Ring of Honor, and when I was at the show, I guess John Silver's with Vincent. Well, we saw that Sunday too. He's with Vincent and them, so I don't know. I have no idea. Next thing you know, what else was happening? MJF and not MJF, but Roddy and Cole were in the back. Basically, Roddy saying you can't trust MJF. Cole said, I'm just going to play along with this. And I like when MJF says, hey, Cole. Hey, generic white guy. I'm like, that was hilarious for some reason. And MJF said, oh, just kidding. We got to stay here, man. We got to wrestle here every week. Like, come on, let's hang out. Let's go do this stuff, all right? We're all going to go hang out. So, Cole, just told Roddy, good luck in your tournament match against Joe. So, we'll see where that goes. Jungle Boy being a new heel now. This was an interesting promo. Obviously, this man desperately needed to turn heel. Do I think his promo was really the best out there? No. But he looked like he was just kind of waiting for a crowd reaction, hoping he'd get the reaction he'd get with the boos. Because he immediately stopped the theme music. He didn't want everybody singing along. Turn it off. He's got the shades on. You guys are stuck here with the wildfires in Canada, which is obviously affecting Chicago right now. I'm not going to get into that whole air quality thing. And again, I didn't really notice till yesterday till my neighbor told me yesterday while I was walking my dog. So I didn't know how bad the air quality was. I don't know if it's going to get bad as New York, but it looked a little bit worse out there today. So be safe out there. in multiple cities, especially here. But, you know, Jungle Boy, or Jack Perry, I should be saying, I'm young, I'm cashing fat checks, and I'm still banging the hottest bitch in this entire place. He's got one of the hottest, man. It's fat ass, and definitely, though. Could be part of the act, but then again, she's in the Jericho group. Next thing you know, Jack Perry says, I was robbed out of 2 world titles, and I had to watch an entitled second generation little prick dangle his title that's not even really officially recognized by his company. Fans chanting, "You effed up, fucked up." You know, Jack Perry's just basically talking about Hook then. Jungle Hook was only a team because of me. And, I should be recognized. And the fans are chanting, asshole. And then he says, they're looking at you, Taz. And then, he said he was going to beat the shit out of him. But Hook came out, chased him to the back. And then he ended up jumping in a car as Hook chased after him. Next, Ruby Soho went against Alexia and Nicole. Now, Ruby was supposed to face Britt Baker, but now Britt Baker has now become ill and very sick. First Cole, now Baker. I don't know. They must have a bad cold or something like that. Don't know what's going on. But the match will happen next week. Ruby won and then talked about Baker. Baker's sick to this filthy country. And, your boyfriend didn't even show up Sunday. And now you're shell your former self. Get your head out of the toilet because I want you next week. So, I'm going to beat you. You got lucky last time, but now I'm going to win. I know they showed the QTV guys after what happened on Rampage, where, Anthony Bowen says, I'm gay. And then the fans chant, he's gay. He's gay. That's a funny chant. And then Johnny TV, Morrison, Mundo, Impact, Nitro, whatever name he's going by this week, Caballero, Down Under. He's got 8 names, folks. Johnny 8 names himself. And they'll be facing Matt Hardy and, no, it's not Mark. Is it Mark Quinn or Isaiah Cassidy on Rampage? Wow, I can't believe I forgot his name. Right after that, I know they went over the shows for Collision and Rampage. And then the main event happened. Sting and Darby Allin versus Painmaker Chris Jericho, NJPW persona, and Sammy Guevara in a tornado tag match. This was very brutal. And especially on Sting's part. Okay, now, yeah, we had a baseball bat battle with Sting and Jericho trying to knock the bat out of each other's hands. Darby taking like that damn cutter from Sammy throughout the match. Getting thrown to the steel steps. Then they got tables then. And this was probably the most scariest spot, which even I didn't know how to feel about this. So Darby's climbing up there. There's 2 tables out on the ground. But Sting comes on the other side and says, let me do it. And Sting, and I'm like, he can't do this. And I'm like, I like Sting, okay? And I'm glad Sting is still back wrestling. But even I don't think he should be doing this much crazy shit. We see him do enough crazy shit, jumping off of barricades and multiple other things. And he gets back up like it's nothing half the time. And maybe it's selling, but hey, he got lucky Sunday he didn't get hurt due to that dive by, not dive, but that cutter by Sammy, which I swear could have broke Sting's neck. But Sting was okay throughout the match, and he said in the press scrum he didn't get hurt. But go back and look at this. He jumped. He didn't miss the table, but he landed directly into but Sammy's knee. Okay? In his mouth. Which you knew he was bleeding from his mouth at that point. So he probably will regret that one later on. But you could tell he only hit one of the tables. He didn't land on Sammy's body. He just, stomach, chest area. He landed straight first on his knee to the mouth. And then Darby's just trying to take out Jericho. Gets hit with the skateboard then. And get hit with the Judas effect after the whole ladder. Jericho's bleeding after that. And after he knocked him down, Sting got back up. We never saw Sammy throughout the rest of the match, but Sting got back up, folks. Sting got up. And they cheered. Him and Jericho going at it. Jericho's bleeding heavily. Sting goes for the Scorpion Death Drop, but Jericho gets out of it, goes for the walls in. Sting got the baseball back to break out. After that, hits 2 Stinger splashes in. Jericho hits the code breaker on him. Sting kicks out. Sting dodged the Judas effects, hit the Scorpion death drop, still a kick out, which even I'm wondering, is this ever going to be over? Sting and Jericho punching at each other in the end. Jericho tried to go off the ropes and get him, but, Sting ended up getting him in the Scorpion deathlock and won the match. So, Sting and Darby won. And it's like I said, this was just not good. Like I said, I love Sting. I'm glad to see even Sting still wrestle at this point, because I thought he wasn't going to wrestle again after a few years ago after what happened in WWE. And Sting is like a hit or miss sometime in matches. And we've seen him in regular tag matches with Darby, even something by himself, and he doesn't look bad. And I get that these crazy, somewhat hardcore tornado matches are to protect Sting and showcase his strengths and hide his weaknesses out there. But did he really need to jump off that ladder that looked really far away from the ring onto those tables? I thought he knew in his head he thought that was going to go out well. But even I thought he looked kind of far from that he wasn't going to hit it. And like I said, he bled from the mouth. We saw him bleed. But he got back up and he still kept going. So I don't know if he knocked any teeth out or just hit himself real hard in the mouth. Luckily, it was nothing that was going to put him out of injury or anything like that. But you kind of wonder, did Sting really need to do that this time? Like, literally? Because even I kind of question that. But he got back up, so he's Sting. Sting's crazy, so there you go. He's insane. Insane icon. Joker Sting. But no, seriously, that was some scary stuff though on the way. But other than that, comment, subscribe, find me on Twitter, HoodNight890. I'm out of here. See y'all again. Peace out. Excuse me. Comment, subscribe. I already said that. Hit the notification bell. Hit that like button. And go check out, Forbidden Door review. So I'll see y'all then. Peace out.